All right, you guys, super excited. I'm here at the Overland Expo in Loveland, Colorado, and today we're gonna run around. I'm here with Mike, I'm here with Parnell, and we're gonna see everything that's new and exciting. We're gonna bring that to you. So we're starting here right at dark 30, so we can show you as many things as possible, all right? Rigs, gear, and super cool people. Let's go. Hey, you guys, I'm here with Greg from Grenadier. Now, I walked by the vehicle, I saw it here, I've seen it online, I've read some preliminary articles, so when I saw it, I was like, wait! I froze in my tracks and I ran over here. Greg, maybe you can tell me a little bit the highlights about this vehicle.
Sure, I'll be glad to. I mean, this is really exciting, Michael, because this is our first public show.
Right.
Up until now, we've used this, which is the only prototype that's in the US at the moment.
Yep.
We've been around US and Canada, maybe 15 or 16 different stops, just to be able to show our reservation holders. So these are folks, 6,000 of them at the moment that have placed a reservation on the Grenadier. In principle, the project goes back to 2017. Our founder, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, the owner of the INEOS Group, probably the biggest brand you never heard of, but it's the third largest chemical company in the world. He saw an expanding gap in the marketplace for something which is rugged, utilitarian, in an era where a lot of folks are actually getting out of that space.
Right.
And the amount of choice that's available to that customer is diminishing.
Right.
He wanted something that he could use himself. He's a real power user of these kind of things in various places around the world. So it had to be body on frame, beam axles, coil sprung, 3-lock-in differentials, super capable off-road.
Right.
It had to be relevant for the 21st century, so we have a powertrain partner in BMW.
Right.
Powered by a B58 gasoline 6-cylinder turbocharged BMW motor that you would find in other configurations in a BMW X5, for example.
Right.
That really helps us. It packages really well. It's a great refined motor. It's got loads of torque, and it helps meet emissions. So we'll be 50 state legal.
Right, great, fantastic.
The principle for this, off-road first, capability first, but on-road manners absolutely are part of the equation as well.
Right.
And that's something that's particularly important for this market because, hey, if you've had to drive here to Loveland, Colorado, you probably drove several hours, and you don't want to be beat up at the end of that journey when you're going to go and drive and use the vehicle.
Yeah. Now, understanding this is a wholly unique vehicle, you cannot help but see, you know, it harkens back to heritage vehicles like the Defender 110, right? But clearly it's not. Those are tractors that are not, they don't have all the technological advancements and the capabilities that you're speaking of right now.
This is 50 years old.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the underpinnings of them.
So now there's, from what you're saying, there's this focus on capability. Modernized.
Yeah, there is a certain amount of analog nostalgia, and you'll see that when you get into the interior as well. Switchgear that is readily accessible can be used when you've got gloves on. If you're working, if you're in cold environments.
Great.
It's not buried 3 levels deep in an infotainment screen and a touch screen. We keep things simple. The principle is 50% fewer semiconductors and electronic control units than our next nearest competitor.
Yeah.
So that mitigates the risk of breakdowns, because a lot of the failures today are electronic related and they kind of have a daisy chain effect. This is designed for the outdoors, for the overlanding. This is designed primarily for off-road capability. We've tried to blend as many on-road manners with that as we possibly can to make it usable on a day-to-day basis.
Great. I'll be following closely. Greg, I really appreciate it. Thank you very
Michael,
much.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for the interest.
Put them in your pocket. You're fine. Right. All right. Right. I don't know what to do with my hands. Where do I put them? You guys, I'm here with Wes, Baja Designs, and I've known Baja Designs for a really long time, so I had to scoot over here and talk to you. Maybe for folks out there that aren't familiar with the product, tell them what you do and give us a couple of, no pun intended, highlights about your product.
A couple highlights.
Yeah.
Well, we are Baja Designs.
Yep.
Started in 1992 in Alan Roach's garage making motorcycle dual sport kits. We had the first ever LED light bar, first ever laser lights, so we've always been at the forefront of innovation.
Yep.
We are the top performing LED lights available on the market today. Performance driven, race tested, and proven.
Yeah.
They work. We are brighter, bolder, better is our slogan. So
right on. So Mike behind the camera, he's outfitted with your Baja Design spotlights. I mean, they just make it daylight.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
absolutely.
they're really cool. What goes into the light that you might
We've got a couple different things.
Yeah.
Our lights are copper driven, so it's
Yep.
driven at, the LEDs are driven at 100%, which is not super common across the industry.
Cool.
We have battery management technology,
Yep.
moisture block, so they're super water resistant. And
Yep.
if for any reason there ever is water, we have lifetime warranty. What else do we have? We have our clear view, U-service lens. So the lenses pop right off. You can service them yourself anywhere at your house, on the trail. It takes about 2 to 4 minutes to swap a lens out.
Very cool.
In all of our pro lights, we do have a new LED that just dropped actually pretty much today. Is when we announced it.
So that's awesome, right? Somebody who gets a new truck, and I know you guys are going to tease us about buying, $60,000 trucks and then starting to outfit them, but it's you buy a new truck, they're expensive.
Life's too short to keep anything stocked.
Yeah. So this is for anybody just outfitting a rig. This is cool because they're like, give me one kit.
Yeah, so these kits
great.
are plug and play. You order
Yep.
one part number, it comes with the brackets you need, the harnesses you need to
Yep.
plug and play into your fog pocket location.
Yep.
Specifically on this Toyota, they got the TRD Pro grill bar, A-pillar lights, reverse lights.
Yep.
Takes maybe 2 hours max for an install on one of these kits, and yeah, they're clean, form-fitted.
Very cool. Wes, thank you.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it.
Appreciate
Really
you
appreciate
guys
you taking
stopping
the
by.
time. Yeah, absolutely. Very cool. Baja Designs, you guys. Hey, you guys, I'm here with our good friend Mike with Shower Pouch, and we took the long way to get here. And I was like day 6, day 7, day 8, and I told my traveling companions, Mike and Parnell, I was like, I'm good. I don't need a shower. And I think they disagreed with me.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Well, tell us.
Dude,
what do you do?
There's definitely better alternatives because a lot of people they'll use baby wipes, right?
Right.
And baby wipes, your spot cleaning, the face and everything, but you think about how much trash you just accumulated. Right. But what we make is completely different. You can see our friend Mandy over here.
Yep.
Obviously, this is not the size. If it was, oh my God, that would be massive.
Right.
But it is a 2 foot by 1 foot full body wet wipe.
Yep.
Right.
Look at that.
This is a massive non-woven,
That's not
which
used,
is
it?
reusable.
That's
No, it's actually
okay.
a dry one. It's
Okay,
a dry
good.
one. If it did, it would look something like this, right? But we design it in a way so just one wipe will clean you from head to toe. The thing is, a lot of people think about how much trash, but we're about minimizing the amount of material that you have.
Yeah.
So start off with the face, then your hair. A lot of people neglect the hair. There's a lot of oil that's created from just sweating. Then work your way down. You always hear me say, not the other way around.
Right.
Feet to the face, no groins to the face, no armpits to the face, right? Yeah.
Totally.
And what's so cool about this one compared to a traditional baby wipe beyond, just reusability is the fact that, a lot of us like to do, cold camping, whether it's ice fishing, or we bring a camper that carries a lot of water. That water can freeze over, so usually you're bringing like a jug of water like this. So you're limited. So I always tell people you should be consuming your water versus throwing it on your body. This is where Shower Pouch comes in as a benefit.
Very cool.
So what you'll notice, when it's really cold outside, if you have a jet boil, now you're able to heat it up and turn it into a hot shower on the go. So if you've ever been on a plane and you get those warm towels to wipe your face and your hands, that replicates that. And then in terms of our ingredient story, aloe, tea tree oil, witch hazel, willow bark, and a little bit of menthol. Things we're all familiar with, right? My mom used to say, if you can't read it, you shouldn't eat it. Same thing should be applied about what you put on your skin. You know, and then when you're done with it, which is mind-blowing, a lot of people don't realize this, wash it with the dirty clothes. You can roll roughly 5 of these up in an old spaghetti jar, add water, a little isopropyl alcohol. You have essential oils around the house like lavender, eucalyptus, and then maybe a fragrance. Shake it up, stick in your Dometic fridge for a few days, especially if it's really hot outside. Treat it like an old, or like a Lysol cleaning wipe. Even though this is a body wipe, you can pull out one at a time. And now you just live what we call circular economy, repurpose, reuse. We thought about the idea of like doing biodegradable, but we're basically encouraging consumers to use and throw away. We want people to treat it just like their favorite coffee mug. Wash it when you're done. So we put sustainability over profitability because we believe in this so much that we can be sustainable, enjoy our adventures, focus on that versus our dirty hygiene.
Absolutely. Mike, you sell me on this every time we come by. It's like, it's such a great product. Tell people how much it costs for them.
Oh my gosh. So for our show specials, 5 for $25. You can mix and match between the different scents. We have unscented, we have cucumber, bamboo, and citrus.
Very cool.
So anything that you're into, but unscented, especially when it's like, people are getting their tags for elk or white-tailed deer. We sell a lot of this. In the military, they buy a lot of it, but once they realize that the scents wick away, they fall in love with the scents as well. So so that's what we got going on. And obviously, you can find us at theshowerpouch.com as well as Amazon. But obviously, we want you to go through our website. But those are the ways you can reach us to find our best prices. And usually, if you subscribe, we send out a discount code, usually once a month.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on. Very cool. Mike, thank you so much. Really appreciate
anytime,
it. Yeah,
anytime.
nice to see you again, too.
Likewise,
Yeah.
likewise.
Yeah.
Take care, guys. Yeah.
I don't know. Not good or bad. I don't know. Tom, so I'm familiar with Cascadia 4x4 and your product. I've been considering it for the FJ80. I haven't gotten to it yet. The concept, the idea, very, very cool. A solar panel, you don't have to worry about, move around, do all the things.
Yep.
Maybe you can tell us just the highlights, a little bit about the product and what you guys do.
Sure, okay. So it's we're Cascadia 4x4. We're based in Squamish, BC. My name's Tom, my business partner Dave back there. We're the founders of the company.
Yeah.
And I design all these products. This is a semi-flexible vehicle-specific hood solar panel system. So this is a highly durable surface. It's like very wear resistant. Sticks onto the vehicle, stays on there permanently, and just provides a constant charge to your battery.
Yeah, it's awesome. So I'll tell you, managing solar on my vehicle,
Yep.
moving around panels, I've heard folks say, well, wait a minute, can I take it off? I just want to say for the record, I have no interest in ever taking it off. I want it on my hood, and I just want it to stay there permanently.
That's one of the main features of the product.
Right.
Is that it stays on there. You don't even think about it.
Right.
You install it, it works
Yep.
automatically, and you got to take into consideration the cumulative effect of the charging of having that thing on there all the time.
Right.
Versus your folding out solar panel system only working when you set it up.
When you stop.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so, we took the long way here, had quite an adventure, and exactly to your point, the solar panels are only there when you think to put them up, when you don't have any other, issues, when you have time to put it up. So this is really, really cool. Tell us about maybe the wattage for different applications.
Okay, so this is, for instance, this is a JL Sport Hood.
Yep.
JL Jeep. This does 85 watts. Some of them go up to 100, like you can see on the little poster there. There's a JK.
Yep.
That's a 100-watt panel.
Very cool.
Third gen Tacoma, 85 watt. Jeeps and Toyotas are kind of the most popular platforms, and they range from 30 to 100 watts, depending on what the hood looks like.
Right, very cool, very cool. Now, besides the hood application, do you guys have any other products that you'd like to talk about?
Yeah, we do. So we actually just have two product lines. One is the VSS system, the other is our Flipster.
Yep, let's take a look.
And this is actually what we built the business on. It's a Winch license plate mounting system.
Oh, cool.
Super high quality. It's actually one of the top rated products in the automotive sector on Amazon.com.
Right on.
So obviously when you put a winch on the front of the vehicle, if you live in a state or province where you need a front license plate, you lose it when you put the winch there.
Right.
So this allows you to just conveniently and neatly mount the license plate in front of the winch, flip it up, use your winch, flip
Very
it down,
cool.
and you've got like a very stock, sleek looking license plate cut.
Right on. Very cool. All right, you guys, thank you for taking the time.
Thanks a lot,
really
buddy.
appreciate it. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so the easy thing about this is I use these products. They're in my truck right now. Paul, your products are great.
Well, thank you, Michael. I appreciate that.
You don't have to sell me. Your products are great. I have exactly this tool roll. I throw it off the top of my Land Cruiser every single day when I'm out on the trail. I've got your bag, your smaller bag that is my catch-all tools for everything else, for all that stuff. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about your product.
Yeah, no, happy to. Well, first of all, you drive a Land Cruiser, so I don't know why you're carrying tools. They never break down.
I know. They don't, right? Parnell, I never break down.
Absolutely. Well, Adventure Tool Company is based right here in Colorado, where we're at the Mountain West show, where we cut and sew these with American canvas, with American labor, just 20 miles south of here. All our products are designed for the overland, extreme overland use. So our shop roll, which was the original design back in 2010, that we've been selling for over 12 years now, it forces guys to organize because it's the weight and the bulk that is overloading the trucks on the trails. When you actually look at your truck only has about 60 to 70 unique nuts and bolts. Get rid of that 200-piece mechanic set, because 130 of those pieces don't fit it. And then these are the tools that actually fit the truck to do those trail repairs. I can go into details why it functions so well.
Well, let me just add some credibility here to this product. It has an incredible amount of storage in it. So it is a tool roll, but with this, I have like an oversized C-clamp. I've got tin snips. You can fit a lot in this bag, the other thing, not only about the organization, but with the toolbox or something like that you throw in the back of the truck, those are super hard to keep organized.
Yeah.
So you end up with like little nuts and little wrenches all the way down. You got to dig through the toolbox. Whereas this, you put it down, you roll it out, and everything's accessible.
Well, exactly. And if you've ever gone through a trail repair, there's only a few handful of tools that you consistently use, you know, because you've busted a brake line,
Yep.
suspension parts come loose.
Yep.
So the shop roll gives you storage for your sockets, small parts. The work mat is key to the
Yep.
functionality of the shop roll, because as you pull tools out, you're on the sand, you're in the dirt. You don't want to put your tools or parts in the dirt. You're going to contaminate them. And then when you're done, the work mat closes in. You have storage for your mechanics gloves or rubber gloves, storage for your shop rags. And then as it rolls up, and since it's made of American-made wax canvas, it starts to patina and look like a piece of kit that you saw in Africa in the 1800s. So your tools don't rattle, you don't fall out.
Yep.
Time for a repair. Put your gloves on, grab your rags. Now you got a nice clean work surface to
Yep.
call someone to come work on your truck.
It's great, and your entire product line is made of the same quality. So anyway, I really appreciate
Absolutely.
the product.
All right, Michael,
Hey,
appreciate it.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate
Thank you.
it. Yeah.
Take care.
Hey, you guys, I'm here with Jay, Overland Campers, and I've seen your product with Kent's Gladiator, and so I've walked around it. We put it up, we put it down. It seems like a really great product. Well, I'll let you talk about it, but that balance between function, durability, and weight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jay, maybe you can tell me a little bit about your company and the product.
Yeah. So the whole idea came from, I lived in a camper for 2 years. It's an old wedge Roman chariot.
Okay.
And I hated the wedge and wanted the four wheel with none of the weight.
Right.
And so that's what got me on these.
Yep.
And the whole idea was the lightest most functional space we could build. So like Kent Reynolds was on the Gladiator. This is a bit longer. This one's 288 pounds.
Yep.
And we build the shell units in Flagstaff, and it's, you know, all aluminum construction, composite construction to maintain that extreme lightweight.
Right.
And then we go back to customer use. In Kent Reynolds' case of like, hey, I need this here, this shimmed forward. I've got a purpose.
Yep.
I need this box here for my hot water heater.
Right.
And we work with customers to get the camper that they want for their end use.
Right.
And so that's where we differ in a lot of ways, where it's custom built for that truck, for the customer.
Right on.
Yeah.
Now, your base unit, what does it look like when you say, hey, this is the base unit, versus what can people do with it? Where can people push it?
So since we're over here, this is where people can take these things.
Yeah.
You know, this guy's gone down the hole of an 80/20 construction, fridge slide out, solar. He's got a family of 4 in here, a little ladder for his kid to get on the bed when that pulls out.
Yep.
Whereas this is more of the base unit. It is a shell, aluminum construction framing, aluminum skins, with the premise being there's always a queen slide out or bigger. So on a mid-size, you get a queen slide out. On that, it's closer to a king slide out.
Yep.
And with the idea of DIY focus, you know, we'll do work if you want us to, but at the same time, most people come and be like, hey, I just want to put an elk in here and sleep over it, and then hose it out.
Right.
It can go to that, or it can go to that.
Yep.
You know, so the base unit though is a flip-up hatch, canvas windows, and a slide-out bed. And then if you want a window here, we'll put a window there. If you want a slide window there, a smaller hatch for your water jug, perfect size, we'll do that.
Yep.
A lot of people get the barn door halves as accessories because no one else is really touching these right now.
Yep.
But that allows you to stand on the tailgate, then get in, or hang stuff off of this as a tool.
Very cool.
So that's the base unit.
Right. Tell me about mounting stuff on the outside of it if you want to. Say you want to put a set of MaxTrax on it. What are the options for doing something like that?
So you can just, I mean, there's aluminum studs everywhere that you're able to through bolt into and just tie on your mounts. We can also add studs if you have that idea us giving it to you.
Right on.
So if you're like, hey, this is the stud spacing I need, we get that all the time, let's mount that there. You can do that.
So somebody sees this interview, they're like, hey, I'm gonna look a little bit more into that Overland Camper deal. How far out are you guys? What kind of lead time should people anticipate if they come to you?
We're 9 to 10 months right now.
Okay, that's not too bad.
It's kind of in the game. We're always trying to speed things up, but that's where we're at.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Very, very cool product.
Thanks.
What else did I miss, Jay? What should we talk about?
Oh, I don't know.
Weight.
Well, 288 pounds on this unit. If you got a short bed mid-size, you're at like 265 base. Mainly they're out the door around 300 though.
Okay.
Just because people add glass or windows. You know, they want a specialty window.
Right.
They are like, hey, I want this awning, which adds 25 pounds. I want a 270.
Right.
So we've got a huge list of options of what we kind of do, and then we have like the special menu from In-N-Out Burger, where it's like the unknown. Hey, I saw this on someone else's. Will you do that? So we do a lot of that too.
Right. Well, hell, my spare tire and my high lift is about 300 pounds.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly.
Jay, thank you very
Yeah,
much.
of
I
course.
really appreciate it.
Pleasure talking.
Thanks a lot. How you doing? Cool, you guys. Hey, I'm here with Scott, Rider Justice. We touched base yesterday. You told me a little bit about what you're doing. I want to get the highlights about insuring an overland vehicle, and also a bit about Rider Justice. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
So Rider Justice is a motorcycle law firm, but I've been dealing with insurance companies now for years.
Right.
So I don't sell insurance, and I also have my own overlanding rig and have for years. And what I see is mistakes made in insurance.
Right.
Not properly insuring your rig, and then also the contents in your rig.
Right.
So things that you bring in from the house into the car are actually insured by your homeowners.
Right.
And your rig and its contents are insured by your auto.
Right.
And in your case, and yours is the perfect example, is all this amazing work you've done to your rig over the years.
Right.
Do you have any idea what you insured it for?
Let's just put it this way. My rig is not properly insured.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So yours is the perfect overlanding example, right?
Yeah.
I had my work done slowly over time by people. And what I did is you show the invoices, you show the work that's been done, you give it to, just hire an insurance broker to help you with this and call your insurance company.
Parnell, I gotta get some invoices.
Yeah.
I gotta get some invoices, Parnell.
I mean, Parnell, what you did was amazing on his rig and all that stuff. That is an added value to your rig, plus the lifts and everything else you've done over time.
Right.
You show those invoices. Yours is particularly because it's famous, maybe worth more.
Yeah.
Right?
Got it.
And you talk to your broker and you show them what you think that price is. For example, my Tacoma is 40 grand when I bought it. I've added about 27 grand, 30 grand of stuff to it. It's now insured for 72,000. So that's the base.
Got it.
So if something happens with collision, you roll it on the trail, a tree hits it, something like that, you're at least going to have a chance at fair value.
Right.
Where right now, they may see yours as what year is it?
It's a 96 Toyota Land Cruiser.
Yeah, they're going to see it as worth maybe 5 grand.
Right.
But it's nowhere near that.
Right.
And so you have to come up with that sort of agreed upon value.
Right.
And you need an advocate. Most insurance companies are not going to fully understand it. Right. And the advocate is going to be your broker or your adjuster or your agent.
How do you find a broker? How do you, across the country, is it just you got to call people, talk to them, interview them yourself? Is that the deal?
Yeah, I think you Google first, see what the reviews are. Independent brokers are definitely the way to go.
Got it.
And they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
So I prefer a smaller touch. You're going to be their clients. They're going to look for your needs and try to figure all the things out for you.
Right.
Not just this rig. They may look at your homeowner's policy and see if you need an umbrella and see if you need all these other things.
Right on.
And I definitely think it's so important. Like I said, I don't sell it. I just sue them.
Yeah. Right.
Well, I've seen it all. Yeah.
Right on. So tell me a little bit, Rider Justice, what do you do there?
Yeah, motorcycle lawyer for over 25 years.
Right on.
Been helping injured riders and also car and truck cases, and this is why I love the overlanding space.
Right.
Because we're all a big community and we all just need to help each other out. And I've been doing it for a long time.
Yep.
Unfortunately seen it all, but love it. It's a vocation for me, not just a job. So,
right on.
Yeah.
Right on. Scott, thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
It was great seeing you. Appreciate it. Big fan.
Yeah, oh, thanks.
Thanks.
You.
Appreciate it.
Hey, you guys, so proper land use, it's once you guys start going out on the trail, you enjoy our public lands, it's critical that you understand proper land use and go beyond that and do your part and become active in trail cleanup and trail maintenance. You can learn more about that, of course, at overlandbound.com, but we work very closely with Tread Lightly. We're glad to be partners with them, and as part of joining the Overland Bound community, we ask that you complete the online 101 course about proper land use. Support Tread Lightly, and if you want to learn more about actually getting involved, putting your boots on the ground and going out there and doing something to keep our public lands open, overlandbound.com. We will talk to you guys.
Mike, 1, 2.
Okay, cool. You guys, I have a long range America tank in my 80. I've worked with Chris. Chris, thank you.
Yeah.
It is an awesome product.
Killer.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just been amazing. I mean, you can't really appreciate it until you get one installed, right? And and then it kind of changes your life.
It's funny that way, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about Long Range America and what you guys do.
So Long Range America, we are the importer for Long Range Automotive in Australia. Sometimes people ask us if we're Long Ranger, which is another fuel tank company in Australia. We're not.
Yep.
So we took a lot of their products and made them fit on US spec vehicles.
Right.
So the emissions are quite different. Not yours, the 80 is very simple, very forward.
Yep.
But the 200s, the 460s, 470s, 5th Gen 4Runners, all quite different than what they have in Australia.
Right.
So we import that. We import for Kmart, which is one of Long Range's really good friends in Australia, the bumpers.
Yep.
And then we do radius fabrications also out of Australia, snorkels, stainless steel.
Right on.
So.
Right on. With the extended range tank, so I've got about I think it's spec'd out as a 24-gallon tank, but
correct,
it's you know, maybe a little bit more, but it's
or a little less.
Or
you never know.
A little bit less.
Depends on how much weld's in there.
Right.
Yeah.
But great. It's a great product. Now this is going to sound like somebody justifying a purchase, and that's because it is. It will save you money. I now plan where I fill up depending on gas prices. It makes a big difference. I mean, it actually does. Like if you go 50 cents a gallon and you do that math, you drive a little bit longer, you fill up where it's a little bit less expensive, and you can actually save quite a bit of money. But of course, the key is range.
Yeah, it's definitely not the modification that most people think of first.
Yeah.
A lot of people are thinking of it later on once their vehicle is quite heavy and their gas mileage has gone down.
Yep.
Because you know, entry price is high. It's not. It's not a cheap thing to do, and it's not inexpensive to install.
Yep.
But almost everybody that I meet and talk to after they've had it, they have the same reaction you do.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know how I didn't have this before. And the guy that actually just left, he's picking which vehicle he'll buy in the future based upon something that we make for.
Right.
So.
Right. Got it.
Because he's had one before, and he's like, I don't want to go without it again.
Right. No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Once you see the install, you use the product, you understand why the retail price is what it is.
Yeah, you see the value.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's very easy to use. It's straightforward. You know, you got two filler necks, one in the front, one in the back. You just, fill it up, transfer pump. It's great.
It's quite simple and quite easy. And one thing I really love about it is the system is actually, while fuel is a complicated thing to deal with, the systems are actually simple.
Yeah.
So people call and they're like, hey, this is going wrong. It's like, well, that's easy.
Yeah.
We can fix that. We'll send you a new piece of new sending unit or whatever.
Right.
Easy to fix. So, which is wonderful.
Yep. Chris, what else should we know about Long Range America? What didn't we talk about?
We're based in Boise, Idaho.
Yep.
For the last 4 years coming up, we were just mostly a distributor and warehousing. But now we actually have the capability with Aiden with us now to actually install tanks and work on development. So that's the big thing that we're starting to do now more.
Great.
So we're looking at more U.S. development, not production, but development to meet the needs of the U.S. market more.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. Chris, thank you so much. Thanks for taking the time. Appreciate it. All right, you guys, we have seen a bunch of awesome stuff. There's a lot more to see. Walk by this vehicle. This is why we come to Overland Expo. You get to see every single kind of vehicle. Now, you guys, okay, are you gonna go down your favorite trail in this thing? No, but let's say you wanna be unconventional and you wanna say, hey, I don't need a big house. I don't need a big piece of property. I don't need to pay property taxes. And you decide that you're gonna have a life on the road. That is the way to do it. Hey you guys, I'm here with Trent Swarovski Optic. So I thought it would be great to talk to you guys because I didn't really know anything about optics and glass technology. And then a number of years ago, maybe 2 years ago, I had my binoculars, my friend had theirs, and we're looking at the sights and the scenery, and he looked at my binoculars. He's like, "Hey, why don't you try mine?" And it was Swarovski, and I put it to my face, and I was just absolutely shocked at the difference. Same zoom, but I could actually see out of the glass.
Yeah,
Right.
It's the aha moment. That's
It
what
is.
That's what we talk about. And everybody looking at optics and finding kind of the high-end optics has their own story about an aha moment. But it's that deal where you go, no, it's no big deal. It's no different.
Yep.
And then you look through a Swarovski and you go, holy cow, I had no idea that it was that good. And then you're ruined for life.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell people about glass versus zoom, maybe.
Yeah. So what it comes down to, though, is there's a couple of trade-offs whenever you're talking about optics. Quality is a huge component. And you can have, if you have a quality product, then it will do a lot more for you than a product that's lesser quality, of course.
Right.
So starting, and let's just talk, we have a couple of different ones here.
Yep.
This was an 8 power, so 8 times magnification.
Yep.
The one I'm holding is a 10 times magnification.
Yep.
The deal with that is an 8 power magnification will have a much wider field of view.
Yep.
The 10 power will make things look bigger. So it really comes down to what you're wanting to do. Having a smaller binocular that's really nice and light, and so you can pull up when you're hiking or you stop at an overlook and you just pull it up and look, that's awesome and a great option. A 10 power, if you want to sit still and really look and observe things more, maybe you want it a little bit bigger. As long as you're talking about the high quality, then it really comes down to the use of how much you want to see while you're looking through it.
Right, let me see here. Oh yeah, the difference is immediately apparent. Yep, yep, pulls it right in. Now I looked at one of your what do you call what do you call those over there?
The spotting scopes.
The spotting scopes. So at Overland Expo East, the representative that was there pointed at a street light. Well, I couldn't even say, it was hard for me to even see the street light. And he said, okay, so if I told you right now that as soon as you look through that spotting scope, you're going to be able to read the wattage on that bulb, what would you say? And he knew the answer.
Right.
It was like, I would say, you are absolutely insane.
You're out of your mind.
But in fact, that it was just so crystal clear that you could see the wattage of the lamp, you know, just looking through the scope.
One of the taglines for our company is "See the unseen," and everybody's like, well, "What's that mean? How can you see the unseen?"
Yeah.
Well, what it is pretty soon you look at something that you had never seen before, and all of a sudden the quality, the magnification, and boom, and you're like, oh, see the unseen.
That's exactly what you're doing.
Yes.
Trent, thank you so much.
You're
I
welcome.
really
Thank you
appreciate
very
you
much.
taking the time with me
Nice
today.
talking with you, Michael.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely. Thank you for breaking down optics. Give us a little bit more information. You guys will have an aha moment. Just look through their glass. It's great.
Take a look. We'll be at all of the outdoor or all the Overland Expos for sure. We partner with 7P. They're a great partner of ours too, and
they're good friends of ours.
Yep. It's an awesome deal. We hope we can help.
Great. Thanks, Trent.
Thank you.
Yeah. But I'm here with Tom. Tom is an Overland Bound member and a big supporter of ours. Thank you, Tom. Look at your rig.
Yeah. It's a '94 Toyota Land Cruiser Prado.
Very cool.
And the Prado became Lexus after, here in the U.S. But what makes this thing special is it's got coil springs in the back rather than leaf springs. So the ride is pretty nice. It's a 3-liter turbo diesel.
Yep. Very cool. We got Alucab on top.
Yeah,
that
I
is
had
awesome.
the Thor roof conversion by Alucab. They chopped the roof off.
Holy cow. Tom, this is super nice. Holy cow, this is great. Did you look in here? Look in here.
Yeah, so the van's the same way with the top pops up and the bed is full.
Yeah.
That is very, very cool. You've got, you've upgraded the electronicals on the inside, I see.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the only thing that'll die in an EMP.
Everything else is good to go.
Yep. Everything else is simple.
KN4ZTU.
That's my ham.
Very cool.
Ham call sign.
Yep. KM6YSL. Nice to meet you out here.
Good to meet you.
Yeah.